Okay, well this video is going to be a little bit different than any of the previous ones I've ever done, primarily because this is all being recorded in post-commentary. This round, unfortunately, I did not actually feel like recording audio for at the time. I just decided to record the round and see if anything interesting would happen, because not every round on Space Station 13 is, you know, an interesting round. There are a decent number of rounds where I attempt to record, or I attempt to, you know, actually get something going and it's just a dud. This round, however, actually turned out fairly interesting, I thought. So, I figured I'd actually do some, you know, post-commentary on it. Not my favorite thing to do, but this round's pretty interesting, I thought. Of course, I was readied up, hoping to get a trader roll, if I remember correctly. I wanted to record a trader round without having to actually worry about the commentary, and I would just focus on the commentary afterward. Unfortunately, I didn't get the trader role. I just got a regular generic staff assistant. And, yeah. Of course, assistants don't really have anything to do. I didn't feel like getting any of the custom uniforms, if I remember correctly. Didn't want to dress up like the mailman or the clown. So I did my other favorite thing, which is go straight to the bar and either get the K-Cat or get completely drunk. Apparently this time it was just to get the K-Cat. Oh yeah, and one of the first things that happens over in chat, Waffle Sun Operative, what route are we going? He asks. Well, that certainly makes our job just a little bit easy. The Syndicate Strike Force have already kind of foiled their own plans. Syndicate number 4. Oh, so yeah, it's gonna be syndicates at least, unless, of course, there are other things that could be casting that voice, such as a changeling or somebody with a gas mask, a voice changer, and a fake ID. The AI did not bother to clarify if it was able to track anything like that or not, and nobody asked the AI. Yeah, somebody blew up the teleporter lab, apparently. Even though I don't think they actually blew it up with a bomb, I'm fairly certain that it was just a bunch of fire spraying forth from the teleporter pad. Sometimes the teleporter pad will do strange things whenever you're screwing around with it. Exploding the room in a fireball is one of them. Looks like we've got the clown, mailman, Swedish horror. Is he farting on Charles there? Just holding him down, beating him up? Or maybe the barkeeper actually shot his own brains out. No telling. But if he did shoot his own brains out, nobody's gonna bother to help him. And now there's a clown with body armor. Absolutely frightening. Yeah. Rest in peace, Charles Woodward. He's getting gas attacked. Got the captain and security flash banging each other in there. Who is our captain? I actually don't remember. I didn't see who it was at the beginning of the round. Johnny Useless states that there's some viscous, purple, voidy, wobbly stuff in medbay. I believe that piqued my curiosity. And yeah, there we go. What is this stuff? Glowing, purple, bubbly foam? It's kind of warm. Why don't you guys come in for a swim? Just kind of float around in the void here with me. I was supposed to type swim down there. Apparently I said come in for a whim. Just come in for a whim. Christian Rollingston shows up, the doctor, and we try to give Chomsky a little bath here. It's a strange, shifting void that shows up. He's thinking we can harvest this stuff for energy, like maybe it'll be the new plasma. I'm thinking it would make a great carpet, though. Especially if we were to put it like in a casino or some type of lounge room. He suggests we all drop on the floor and roll around. I can't really say no. Johnny Useless wants the janitor to come to medbay and try to clean it up. And Samuel Lynch wants to know if it's harmful. Is it? It's kind of fluffy, actually. It's not harmful at all. Somebody explodes. It's almost like cotton, except it's got a much softer texture. Yeah, who exploded? I didn't even see who walked into the room and blew up. Felix shit, maybe. He said his head hurts, and then he blew up. So me and Christian are, well, we're trying to make this stuff look as safe as possible. He's telling everyone to ignore the Gibbs. It wasn't the void that blew that person up. And, let's see. Looks like I'm gonna swim around in it. Use a custom emote. Magnum Sturm swims around in the void. He looks refreshed. What amazing stuff this void is. Samuel Lynch, he's clearing off the Gibbs, just, getting them off of the void. Just doing a little bit of janitor's work. Because the janitor, has he even shown up yet? I don't think he did. Christian Rolling Stone, seriously, this feels great, he says. Just roll around a bit. Dunk your head under the void. Let it wash over you. And the janitor throws a cleaner grenade, apparently. I was worried it might have been a flashbang or something. Oh, janitor, you ruiner of dreams. Except, everybody's slipping and falling in it now. Yes, people, swim in it. Dunk yourselves in the void. Baptize yourself in it. Yes, everyone into the void, Christian says. And thankfully the janitor was not able to wash it away. Continue to try to get people to jump in. You'll look 10 years younger. Promise. All you have to do is soak for a while in it. Edgar Allan Poe is trying to get everyone to come to medbay and lay down in the void. Christian Rollingston swims around in the void. He also looks refreshed. So both of us are just washing years away. I think I'll take a drink of the void. What happened to his wrinkles? So I go ahead and I take a sip from the void, and suddenly the wrinkles on my face just disappear. Anybody who was watching might have been kind of shocked and amazed at that. There's apparently syndicates outside of genetics. We don't have time to worry about a syndicate strike force trying to nuke the station. We have the void to study here, and suddenly it goes dark. Syndicate just blew up genetics. And somebody, the barman who came back from life, just decided to try and pull us all out of there. Christian dips his head into the void and comes out invigorated. No, don't pull me away from the void. I need it. You're ruining my swim. Dang it, Charles Woodward. Where's your revolver at? Christian says he needs a dip in the void. Chomsky's swimming. Why wouldn't you want to swim? Join us, Charles. Take a dip in the void. Just lay down and roll around in it. Apparently Edgar Allan Poe is being teleported somewhere. He fell into the void too far. He didn't just float on the surface like we did. He actually sank into it. And Swedish Horror apparently murdered the captain. Well, rest in peace, Captain. And I go ahead and swim around in the void again. This time it doubles my refreshment. I'm really refreshed. Christian Rollingston floats calmly in it. It cures his STDs. This stuff really is a miracle, whatever it is. Even Noam Chomsky likes it, Samuel says, and he's the coolest guy around. Johnny Useless is still not convinced. He says it doesn't look sanitary. It can't be. Do you even know what that stuff is doing to your sperm count? Gotta be increasing it by factors of 10 at least. Let's see. Yeah, Charles agrees. Maybe it's increasing it. I was gonna say something like you can feel them growing and swimming around because this stuff is kind of like steroids, but maybe not. Christian bobs around in the void, his skin now smooth and silky. We could bottle this stuff, sell it, and make a fortune. Forget plasma. This is what we need. This is what the Syndicate are here for. They must have heard about it. We're still trying to get people to show up to medbay. There haven't really been any new partakers of swimming around. Christian dips his head into the void. Suddenly his bald spot is gone. Oh, Herschel says, what the fuck, guys? Oh, hippies on space stations. I fart into the void. The bubbles come up smelling like fresh clover. This stuff can even purify the foulest scents. It's amazing. Is there anything this stuff can't do? I think the janitor shows up again, still trying to figure out what to do. He calls us void dwellers. Hello, void dwellers, Donovan says. Samuel calls him an outvoider. Dirty, smelly outvoider. There's still plenty of room left for swimmers to stop and take a dip. Christian takes a drink from the void, his strength increasing tenfold. You can literally see the muscles ripple in an instant. Donovan says, there are many messes to clean up here. My work is never done. There is still much room in the void, though. Forget your work. Come and join us. Johnny says he doesn't know how to get rid of a stain like this. Oh, it's futile to try and clean this stain, Johnny. You should just give in and come take a dip with us. Drench yourself in the void. Donovan cleans the floor right in front of the door, so anybody who runs in will slip and fall into it. Samuel Lynch thinks that's very wise. He may not join us, our void dwellers here, but he'll help our cause. Christian lets out a fart, but the void magically turns it into rainbows and candy. I think I was gonna yell yay candy or something like that. Such magic in the void. And Donovan agrees, even though I didn't type it. Wow, the void is quite magical. It's true. It's a shame more won't enjoy it as well. It feels like the void's going to waste with only 4 of us. Holy shit, Kira says. Try to convince Kira to come swim too, but don't think they're wanting to play along. Lie down and feel the magic, Christian says. Oh, look, I'm all for freedom of idiocy, but who said you could set up a shop in medbay waiting area? Johnny says. The void called us here, Johnny. We just answered its call. Can't you damn hippies go do this in the mess hall or something? Johnny asks. Christian Rollinston blows magical void bubbles around, turning bad thoughts into happy ones. Wherever the bubbles land, a happy thought is formed. Everybody out of the void, Edgar Allan Poe says. He's the void lifeguard, maybe. Wait, did Charles join us down there? I think he did join us a long time ago. He was the original lifeguard trying to save us. People are yelling, don't go into the void. More people slip and fall in. And there's the captain, being dragged by the courageous clown. No! What's going on? The void is disappearing. We're losing our grip on it. Yeah, Samuel's yelling, I'm yelling, everybody's yelling. Isaac's wondering what science has done. My dreams are dying, the feeling is fading. Oh, we need the void. Maybe it continues on into the research department, but no. It was just a leak that somehow squeezed through the door there. I'm having serious void withdrawals. Dang it. What can we possibly do? I'm running around banging on windows, raging out right now. The withdrawals are simply too much. I can feel my spirit dying, fading, the lights disappearing. And hey, the clown saved the captain. Wonder how he died. And I hold my breath and commit suicide. Being terminally depressed from being drawn out of the void for more than 30 seconds there. It was more than I could take. Unfortunately. So yeah, that was, unfortunately not enough to save us. The void was not life-giving. It was a dark spot on my soul after all was said and done. At some point, somebody said that the dark spot there was a sign of the emptiness in our hearts after the void was taken from us. And they never brought it back. There's no telling what the teleporter crew was doing to create that. Oh, it was like the movie Cocoon. We needed it. We had to have it. And we didn't get it. So now we're a ghost. I obviously at this point don't want to be brought back to life. There are more interesting things going on. I want to see what's going on with the Syndicate Strike Force. Let's see. We've got Alpha Squadron Supreme. Apparently that's the leader. And a disappointed dad sitting in the shuttle. I'm guessing a disappointed dad is the father of all of these syndicates. And he was taking them out on maybe their first strike. You got 2 syndicates there. The captain bursts into the room and tases one. I don't know if the other one managed to get away, but he left his buddy there. And then the captain... No, they both got tased, and then Jay Wolf shows up. And he begins to, I think, strip down that syndicate that's stunned right there. I think number 4 was Dottie. Rest in peace, Dottie. Oh no! Wait! You can't do that to me, not while I'm watching something awesome like that. You can't clone me, so I suicide while I'm inside the cloning tube. Because I don't want to come back to life. What am I going to do, run around and kill syndicates? No. I want to watch them either kick the captain's ass or get their own asses kicked. So yeah, you can see Jay Wolf up there. He's dead. He unfortunately did not get the syndicate stripped. So Kira Taggart shows up, and with one quick blow with the oxygen tank, knocks the syndicate out and then pulls them into the shuttle. She was floating in space on just the destroyed rebar of the space station there, and they tried to clone me again. Who was that? That was the person that we were swimming around in the void with. I refuse to live, I yell into ghost chat. I don't want to be alive. Yep, there's Jay Wolf dead. R.I.P. Oh, and number 4 has been killed. Exploded. EMAG and all the loot goes to the crew there. Sorry to whoever was trying to clone me. Looks like the head of security is Mad Bad Dad. Oh, Christian Rollingston was trying to clone me. God damn it, Magnum, stop killing yourself, he exclaims, but it's not gonna happen. There was more interesting stuff going on than sitting in a cloning tube for, 5 minutes waiting to come back. So the head of security is Mad Bad Dad, and he is angry too. And that's 2 dead syndicate right there. So you've got the one still on the shuttle, and yeah, you've got Waffle Son operative on the shuttle. We've also got an alcoholic mom somewhere running around. Let's see. Syndicate agent number 2 is still alive. Well, it looks like it comes down to this one. All of the Syndicate brothers have been killed. The special one is still back at the Syndicate minivan, I guess. Probably brain dead. And here he goes. Charges onto the bridge through a gaping bomb wound. Amazingly enough, none of the computers there were destroyed. And it looks like Mad Bad Dad shows up and hits him with a taser shot. Just BAM! That's why you don't mess with the head of security. He then pulls out a rad bow that he looted from somebody and boom. One shot with a rad bow straight to the chest. Nice shot, number 2 says. Even he knows that he's been bested there. One rad bow shot is all it takes to kill anybody as far as I know. Unless they have medication to flush the toxin out of their system, they will die. On top of that, it also alters their genetics. So it could blind them, it could give them Tourette's, it could do a whole bunch of different stuff to them. It could change their gender, their hair color. And he gets pulled over there. Mad Bad Dad shows up and gets shot. I think he might not be being shot, but he's being bashed in the chest with the revolver. So I don't hear it going off, but he'll just be beat to death with his own revolver. He's screaming in agony right there. Stunned, radiated, and being beaten to death with one of his teammates' revolvers. Hurry up and get the disc, he yells. The Syndicate operative number 2. He's still got some fight in him, but he won't for much longer. The head of personnel is up there. They're all wearing internals. The bridge has seen some serious damage. Just kill him already. Jesus, Edward says. It's so disgusting. They're just beating him over and over with the revolver. And yes, there's one Syndicate left. I made it. I'm alive, he says. I guess he's shocked that he's not been killed on his own shuttle yet. A disappointed dad, the Syndicate father, says, "You oaf, you broke the window." So the Syndicate back on the shuttle is highly inept. He's special, is what it is. And his dad just wanted to see him, grow up one day, be a real Syndicate, like the rest of the family. Waffle Sun operative number 2 finally explodes, destroying even more of the bridge. It's going to be a lot of work for the engineers. So who is that? There's Swedish Horror. He is out of his clown suit and dressed up as a Syndicate. And we're going to check on, see who's left. It's just this one. Somehow, this lone Syndicate is going to have to finish the job. He's got a very large task ahead of him. Because maybe all of Security's life looks like they're doing research with Void material. We're still trying to unlock the secrets of the Void. Maybe someday we'll know enough about it. But yeah, the Syndicate that is left, he's up against pretty much all of Security. The captain, a couple people disguised probably as Syndicate agents, the head of Security, unless he died down there. He was laying down on the ground, so it's possible he didn't have internals on and suffocated there. And operative number 2 says that the Singularity was taken out, so in another 30 to 40 minutes the station would start to have some power problems. The not the APCs, but the huge SMEs, those hold so much power. As long as you set those up, you don't even need the Singularity. So, there is Alpha Squadron Supreme, Red Leader. He's managed to give himself a name, and he is back there screwing with armor. He's added his body armor to the backpack. He finally gets his suit on. I would wager to bet that he doesn't have a breathing mask on either. and this is probably not going to go very well. He might just die as soon as he steps out that airlock, provided he can even find the airlock. The disappointed dad is still being disappointed down there. The chief engineer is advising that the crew evacuate. The bomb damage is too significant. The bridge is going to be inhospitable for quite some time. The brig is got a gaping wound. The riot gear is missing. It's not looking good for the crew. And hey, the last one is almost suited up. Maybe. He has his jetpack in his hands, so if he can figure out how to get that on his back, things could go his way. He could overcome that entire hardened, alert, veteran security force on the station. It's possible. It's entirely possible. More amazing things have happened. In Gorilla My Dreams puts a link up. I decide to click the link, because why not? And this is going to be the intro to Syndicate 1 here, in his mission. This is his intro. I'm just going to shut up while this plays. Yes.
Special Mission Force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
Okay, so obviously what the crew needs right now is G.I. Joe to show up. You can see a disappointed dad is dealing with his son there. He wanted to know, what are you still doing here? Loaf! You lazy loaf! All you do is loaf! You should be outside, running around, rending skulls from necks like a good son. Waiting here is just lazy. I was only trying to help, the son says. He said he was sorry earlier. He walked up to a disappointed dad and started beating on him with the first aid kit. I almost feel sorry for the special son there. Almost. But his brothers are dead, so there's no real room to be sorry for him at this point. Just a lazy loaf, making a very disappointed dad. So, where's G.I. Joe when we need them? We're apparently dealing with Cobra here. Well, special son, he did manage to put a crowbar in his backpack. That's a pretty good step. Well, there might not be anything that can be done for this son. Dad law, activate. Disappointed dad goes full-time dad mode right now. It's time for special son to get a lesson in loafing and laziness and being an oaf. You can only disappoint dad so much before dad law is automatically activated. So which dad law is being activated? There are many dad laws. Let's see. Attention crew. One of my sons in the Syndicate has been loafing in this shuttle all round. He broke a window and passed out and has taken almost 20 minutes to even suit up. That's just shameful. At 20 minutes, you should definitely be out of the ship, even if you're dead from suffocating because you didn't suit up correctly. So, what should I do with such a slacker of a son? A disappointed dad asks. He is asking the crew right now. He almost feels bad for the crew for having to, I guess, put up with the special son here. Make him get a real job, Mountain Lightning says. Let me give him a wedgie, Kira says. And somebody shows up. One of the Joes has shown up in disguise. And looks like disappointed dad is stripping his son of his ID and his rank. Shameful. My God, he says. The special son does. So he stripped his ID off, threw it on the ground, and he has let the two Joes show up who are going to deal with this treachery. The most shameful son. All the dad can do is sigh. It's Kira. She steps up and begins slapping some sense into the into the special son. He runs away, unallowed to fight. Oh, Kira's gonna have to extract some justice here and toughen this boy up a bit. And hey, a gray suit shows up. We can send him to the mining station where he'll learn the value of a real day's work. A disappointed dad says. Don't bully him too much, just enough. Just enough to toughen him up a bit there. And he gasped for some reason. Did special son do something? Kira's still chasing him around the station, teaching him a lesson here. She corners him, punches him again. And he's not going to get out that easy. He's going to learn some lessons here. Ziffo shows up and begins stabbing him. Actually, poked him just once with a pin. Looks like a sleepy pin. Trying to subdue special son from his rage there. He actually strikes back for a bit and ends up knocking Kira out. Wow. Well, taught him how to fight. Finally got him to draw some blood there. But it's all just a bit too much. Too late. Not enough. All Dad can do is gasp and sigh. He'll be falling asleep soon down there. Yep. And his head just starts to doze off, and he falls onto the floor, crumpled up next to the nuclear bomb. The bomb that will never sing because he was unable to get the nuclear disc for it. Let the whole family down. Let the crew down. Worst of all, let Dad down. It looks like Kira's back in action. Part robot, she boops and bips back to life. A little bit of short-term damage, though. And Special Son gets strapped into his special chair. The question is, what do you do with Special Son? I did talk about actually shipping him off to the mining station. I think that's Kira there. Yeah, she gets a mini rad bow, steps up, walks point blank to Special Son, and hits him with some radiation. One shot point blank to the chest. Maybe that'll help him a little bit. Tweak his genes. Give him a little bit more chest hair or something. Look at this loafer, Dad says. Sleeping in his chair with all of his friends around. It's shameful. Shameful, shameful. Looks like all the Joes are here right now. And Gray Suit's even... Hey, the Clown's even here. I say, Gray Suit looks like he is a little bit excited to get in there. Starts flashing everybody in a Syndicate suit. I'm surprised the Clown made it, though. Swedish Horror shows up and strips down to his clown skivvies. It won't be too much longer before that radiation kills him. Those bows work decently quick. Loafers, slackers, all of you. Dad doesn't even know what to do at this point. And even the captain shows up. They understand. Disappointed Dad and Captain served in Space Nam together many years ago. They may be vicious foes for the time being, but at one point they were friends. He gets roughed up a little bit more, and Dad wants to know if Captain has the teleporter. That way they can send his ass straight to the mining colony where he can learn the value of a hard day's work. He can spend a few years in the mining colony. And it looks like Zyphos gets him, and he's going to fly him to the mining colony. There he goes. Grabs his ID, and they're off. So Special Son, enjoy your time at the mining colony. Hopefully you learned something from all that manual labor. Most importantly, don't let your dad down. Otherwise the Joes will win the day. So crew, good luck. Nice try to the Syndicates who actually went out and put their lives on the line. A fond thank you to all of my Void Dwellers. And looks like disappointed Dad and his old buddy finally have that little go-round they've been waiting for all these years. Captain wins. He comes out on top of that one. Don't worry, a disappointed Dad isn't dead. He's just a clone. Clones of clones.
You want to put a banging donk
Good
on
job,
it?
crew.